creative continuity. We bring the convention to you.
Here with, on my left, the comic book man. Starting with
Ming Chen.
Mike Zapcic.
Bryan Johnson.
Now, how did you guys start? How did it all come about? How did the magic?
How did the show start?
Yes.
Kevin Smith. You hang around Kevin Smith long enough, he'll put you in movies. He'll put you on TV. He'll make you do podcasts. It's great. I've been working with Kevin for 18 years. Mike for what, about 10?
No, 15.
15. And Brian grew up with him.
Yeah, I started hanging around with Kevin out of high school, and he was a very talented guy, so I knew if I just waited long enough that there would be some sort of nepotism that I could latch onto, and it took a while, but it paid off.
Okay.
And in the meantime, you were just borrowing money off him. So.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Always good to have a friend like that. So, outside of comic book man, what else are you guys trying to aspire to do?
Porn.
Porn?
Porn. Trying to do porn.
I mean, there's really not much outside of comic book men. We're actually at the store the whole time when we're not shooting either. So, I mean, Mike works there, what, 6 days a week?
Yep.
And
I'm doing my porn, yeah.
Yeah, what he does at home, I don't care. But yeah, people come in the store, they're like, wow, you guys really work here. And I'm like, yeah, like, what did you expect? He doesn't. He's in, once a week. But
That's the thing. It's like people think that you're on TV, and these fools shatter that myth. They actually work 9-to-5 jobs, and they ruin it for the rest of us. Like, I refuse to work a 9-to-5 job so I can maintain that mystique of the reality star, Like, everybody has tons of money, which is why we sit here and try to sell pictures of ourselves like...
And why Brian lives in a box.
Pathetic slugs.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But, yeah, I can't work a 9-to-5 job. It's not in my genetic makeup, so I just wait for stuff to happen. And usually it does. Usually something presents itself.
It's awesome.
Old lady not paying attention, pow, over the head, and next thing you know, I have her pocketbook.
So I see you guys got signs for people. We got one here that says nobody likes you. Aspire to mediocrity. And my favorite one, every time someone takes a free picture, Angel gets anally raped. Okay.
We just try to want to dissuade people that stand on the outskirts and take pictures, because the only way that we can keep coming back to cons is if we make enough money to make the nut, and then the promoter's like, all right, well, you're worth having back. But when people sort of hang around the outside and they just take a picture for free because they're like, these guys aren't worth paying for a picture. I mean, they're right, but that doesn't mean that,
We're not going to charge them, for God's sakes. Like right here, perfect example.
Right, yeah, there she is. See? Yeah. Yep. They like you.
Give me that one.
There you go. There goes another one.
This is only for the cute girls.
Oh.
People on the outskirts, they like you, but they just don't like you enough to buy a picture. Yeah, what are you going to do, right?
Sunshine is the best disinfectant.
That's what I was about to say.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave Flow. No Sunday Jeff with his comical impersonations this week.
Cute. Can you do any cartoon impressions?
I can't.
Come on, there's got to be one that you're go-to. What's your best, if your life was on the line?
So the podcast, how long were you guys podcasting for?
In Ming's case, entirely too long.
Kevin started a Smodcast years and years and years ago, probably 6 years ago now?
7 years ago, 2007.
7 years ago, and it was just Smodcast, podcast that Kevin did with his friend Scott. And then he suggested to me that I should do a podcast with our friend Walt, who's also on Comic Book Men, our other friend Brian Quinn, who's on Impractical Jokers. So I think we didn't see it at the time, but I think Kevin's idea was I'll build a network of podcasts, because then slowly but surely different people within our little circle started podcasting. So I've been doing it for about 4 years, and you guys about 3?
Yeah, about 3. Hello, everybody, and welcome to I Sell Comics, the weekly comics report with Mike and Ming, broadcasting from the home of the comic book men, Jay and Silent Bot's Secret Stash. My name is Ming Chen. Hello, Mike. Hooah! Mike, what are you sitting on that you look like you're 10 feet tall? What's going on over there?
I'm sitting on my atomic pile, Ming.
Your favorite character? Comic book character, and why?
Favorite character, the Jack Knight Starman. What year was that? 1994, 94, 95. Jerry Robinson.
James Robinson.
And James Robinson and what?
Robinson.
That's right. You're right. Jack Knight character I kind of aspire to as the superhero that doesn't kind of eschews the whole superhero thing, the tights, the funny costume, and reluctant superhero. One of my favorites.
All right. Mike?
My favorite's Nightwing. He's the only sidekick who grew up and, moved out of his mentor's shadow. Or he was the first one, really. He's got all the skill set of Batman and the optimism and hope of Superman.
It's bizarre, like if you watch these two as they're describing their favorite characters, you can see their jeans begin to bulge and test the fabric of the pants. It's like, Jesus Christ, man, these are comic book characters. They're not real. So I don't really, yeah, well, they're all like that.
I just made 8 guys out there hard with my description.
Yeah, it's an army of nerds with comic boners going on. I don't really even read comics. I'm just on the show to make fun of people.
Wow.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, no.
Well, I didn't believe that either.
You make fun of people?
Yeah, that's... I was friends with Kevin, so he said, why not? We'll put him on the show.
All right. Okay.
I mean, could you imagine leaving it in the hands of these two? For Christ's sakes, we would have got canceled halfway through the first episode.
Wow, guys. So what movie would y'all want to see out of a character? Would it be a Nightwing, and would it be...
I think Nightwing could carry a movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where they were going. I mean, with at the end of Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
I mean, they were going in that direction. So.
Yeah.
And mind if I ask him a question? What porn would you see? Would you like to see? What comic book porn movie would you like to see?
Plastic Man, right?
Yes.
He could
I could make that happen.
He could stretch it. It could go around a corner. A girl wouldn't even know it hit her.
I like to see. I always want to see a movie version of Preacher, but AMC is turning it into a TV show, so I guess I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait for that any longer.
Ming, what channel is that going to be on?
AMC, same channel as Comic Book Man.
He's a company man. It's pathetic. He will get any chance you give him. He will mention Walking Dead, Preacher, AMC, Preacher, anything. It's sickening.
Hi, it's Harold again with Creative Continuity. I'm here with the Comic Book Man. On my left is...
Ming Chen.
Mike Zapcic.
Bryan Johnson.
Ooh! And we're signing off